Hi everyone, I'm Susan, here for our next Tuesday Shelf Talk. Today I'll be talking about Rachel Hartman's Tess of the Road. We hold this book in e-audio through Belinda Borrowbox, and it's a story of epic fantasy set in the world previously created by Hartman for her series about Seraphina. The basics of the story are that a rebellious young woman runs away from home after causing a fuss at her sister's wedding. She punched her new brother-in-law in the nose. The story then follows her adventures on the road. This book is set in the world of Hartman's previous books about Seraphina. I hadn't read them before, so starting the novel I did feel a little bit off kilter at first as I got to grips with the world itself and the political and religious setup. They have dragons who can turn into humans, they have half-dragons who are seen as saints, and there have been a number of wars in the recent past. But if you like to hit the ground running and get to grips with these sorts of things as the story progresses, then you probably won't mind being like me and not having read the previous books. This is certainly intended as a standalone story, and so while references are made to Seraphina, you don't need to have read her books to understand this one. I enjoyed this book because of the unusual nature of the characters. So Tess is a girl who she can't seem to do anything right, and in fact she seems drawn to doing the wrong thing. She's a disappointment to her family and to herself. On the road, she's joined by a quiggertle, which is a species of reptile which they're adept at making electronic-type devices, but they're also treated badly by humans. The particular quiggertle that she meets, he also thinks very differently from the rest of his family, and so the two of them make a good pair. While these two characters are flawed, they are also very relatable, and the main part of the story is following their character journey in as much as it is following their physical journey. The story is quite slow-paced, and while there are adventures and tension and that sort of thing, they really do take a back seat to the characters themselves as they develop and change. The book reminds me a little bit of books by Isabel Carmody and Anne McCaffrey in terms of, that fantastic setting, but also the approach to social issues. And if you don't mind a slow-paced story that's focused on characters, I think it also reminds me a little bit of the science fiction book, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which I reviewed recently. So that's Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week for another Tuesday Shelf Talk. Bye.